G'day friends, trust this is finding you well today and perhaps looking forward to some changes that will mean we kind of return to some sense of normality, whatever that might look like for us. In reflection of that, I've been reading this ancient text called Ecclesiastes, which is essentially lessons from a teacher, someone who's collected a lot of wisdom over years and passes them on. And he has this one or two sentences that says there is a time for everything and moves in and out opposites, time for war, a time for peace, a time to tear down and a time to build up. And in this one statement, it says there is a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, which tickled my fancy. Maybe it doesn't tickle your fancy the same way, but I just thought it was funny. And I know some of us are looking forward to that sense of touch and that physical sense, and gathering again and meeting with our family and having meals with our families. And that will be really important for us, the sense of connection. I'm also mindful we're looking forward to the lifting of restrictions, and some of us can see the light at the end of the tunnel. School is going back in a few weeks, but although different, it's still, we're going back to something that we have known. And in that, I really want us to be thinking about, what is this a time for? What is the season that we're in the midst of? Because we often think about time in terms of blocks. We think about it in 15-minute blocks, hour blocks, 2-day blocks. What is it that I have time to do? I really want us to think about it in terms of, what season might I be in that is a season of discovering who I am and what I want to give attention to about who I am. What are the things I need to lay down? What are the things I want to pick up? Because my concern as we think about the lifting of restrictions is that all of a sudden we'll think we can go back to life as it was. We'll go back to what it was, 8-10 weeks ago, where we had 3 to 4 extracurricular activities. We're running around, we're chasing things, we're filling our time with what we want to do or what we think we need to do. I think there's actually something much deeper that needs to happen in our hearts and our minds and our spirits, to acknowledge that a sense of discovery about what season we might be in. Are we in a season where we need to rest? Are we in a season where we can be full on and energized and going hard? A lot of people talk about life as a balance. I'm not sure that there is too much balance, and certainly we're not feeling very balanced at the moment. There are ebbs and flows, there are rhythms. I don't know if that's much healthier. I don't know what the correct term would be, except to say that there are seasons that we go through, not just in terms of what we do, but in terms of discovering who we are and the things and the energy and the values that we hold that we want to give attention to. So we might be in a time of rest. We might be in a time of losing things or laying things down. We might be in a time where there's plenty of fruit happening, or there's new things that have kind of caught us off guard, or we haven't seen them for a little while. And some of it can be confusing. Spring's a bit confusing to me. One day you feel like it's warming up and the next day it's freezing cold. Some days are like that. Some weeks are like that. And I feel like this reflection from the chair is a little bit messy, but that's probably a little bit where my head is at the moment. And I just had this sense of trying to get us to think in seasons. What season are we in? What season might we be moving to? What are the things I need to give attention to? Where do I need to take extra care so that I make sure that I'm caring for my heart, my mind, my spirit, which enables me more capably to care for those around me and respond to those around me? Who are those that I need to give energy to? Who are those that I don't need to give energy to anymore? Seasons. Blessings, friends.